Hi Chaitanya, good morning.
Good morning, Srikant.
Chaitanya, go through your topic.
Yes. Here it is. Attribute dimension. Attribute dimension are that are special type of dimension that are associated with business rules. It is a category and a group of members. And now next go to the topic. In this topic, we will able to show as the US of attribute dimension in the following artifacts: data forms, RTP. RT means runtime prompt. BR means business rule. Smart view. Creation of attribute dimension. What is an attribute? What is an attribute in general? Can you give me an example of an attribute in the Amazon app? Yes. So, what is an attribute in general means attribute is dimension is a go that are specified dimension that are associated with business rules. This contain member this content member that are used to specify the members of another associated dimension. So, take an Amazon app means categories like fashion or electronics, toys means what are the types means attribute types means sizes, colors, and brands. These are the attributes. Can you explain the difference between a standard dimension and attribute dimension? It deals with business process. Standard dimension deals with business process. Attribute dimension used for reporting purpose. And standard dimension is for they are created in application creation, and attribute dimension it can be created in the dimension which relates to the sparse dimension. In which case do you prefer attribute dimension over standard dimension? Yes, can we assign an attribute dimension to a dense or a sparse dimension? Yes, we can assign an attribute dimension in only in sparse dimension. Can you show me how to create an attribute dimension? Yes, I will show through navigation. Can you show me how to assign attribute dimension to a standard dimension? I will show through navigation. Here, go to application, navigate, uh, click on dimension under create and manage. Uh, in the drop down, select an entity, click on entity dimension, and click on custom attributes. Here it is, we can add the attributes, and here it is already existed reason. I have given the reason it is an attribute, and the attribute values are AP, AC means Asia Pacific, Europe, USA, Middle East, Africa. Can you show me an attribute dimension to a standard dimension? It deals with the business rules. Can you uses of attribute dimension in data forms? Can you show me how to use the attribute dimension in data form in the page drop down, and show me how the standard dimension members are filtered? I will show through navigation. Go to home page. Click on navigator. Click on forms. Select any of the dimension. Click on data forms. Here it is. I have selected simple. Click on layer. Here it is the attribute dimensions what we have created, product number, product name, and region. Use any of existing attribute dimension. If not available, create one has a below hierarchy. It is already created region Asia Pacific, Europe, USA, Middle East, Africa. Tag region attribute dimension to the standard dimension entity and randomly assign members of the region to the entity members. I have go show through navigation. Here it is. For example, I have some drag this attribute drag it to the page. Here it is the region. What it was built on, it's a use any existing attribute. If not available, create one has below hierarchy. Yes, it has been filtered already. Here it is, Asia Pacific, Europe, USA, Middle East. By selecting Asia Pacific, click on add or select all. Click on add all. It has been selected. Click OK. After that, save the form. After saving the form, click on preview. Here we can see the region. Here it is. What we have created an attribute. Here it is the options what is it is an attribute value so that we can select. Click on OK. I have selected Europe. Click on OK. Yes, it has been done. This is the process. If as machine and as zero selected is enabled, show me how the standard members are filtered for attribute members. Okay, can you move the attribute dimension to the point of view and explain the outcome of it? Yes, I will show through navigation. Click on close. Here it is, where it has been dragged to the point of view. It has been added. Click on save. Click on preview. Here we can see the point of view. Here it is the change. If it is saved in dragged into the page, this region comes under in this drop down. So if we next go to the slide, can you move attribute dimension to the rows and explain the outcome of it? Yes, I will show through navigation. Drag the region, drag the attribute to the rows. It has been dragged. Click on save. Then click preview. Here it is the changes. Here it is the attribute. Can you move attribute dimension to the columns and explain the outcome of it? Is it? Now drag to the column. It has been dragged. Save it. Review that. After this, it has been coming. Here it is the change. For the column, it has been added attribute. This is the changes. Uses of attribute dimension in RTP. Can we assign attribute dimension or attribute dimension member in the RTP? Yes, we can. If yes, can you show me how to assign the attribute dimension or attribute dimension members in the RTP? Can you show me only few attribute dimension limited in RTP? Example, only show APAC and Europe from the above tip in slide 4. Let's go through navigation, close it. Click on navigator, go to the rules, click on rules under the create and manage. Nice. Click on actions and click variable designer. By opening that, it is the new page will open. EPM Cloud, expand it. Here it is a global. Global is for your variables. For expand FCCS, REVS means application name. Click on expand the console. Click on console. Click on add new to create a new RTP attribute. We can give the name. It is already existed, so we can select the drop down. What we have created the attributes here. It is product number, product name, and region. Region we have selected. Then after click on RTP checkbox. Then after the limits will be available. Click on this option. Select a member or function. If we selected a function, click on attribute. Here we can select attribute member name. Click on this. Select a member. Member selector. Drop down. In the drop down, we can check what attributes are available. Click on region. Expand. Click on Europe. Click OK. After this, click OK again. Here it is limit and a default value. Default value also the same. This is the above tip in slide 4. Like that we have created. Then after click on save. Variable saved successfully. Uses of attribute dimension in BR. BR means business rule. Can you show me how many functions are available to use attributes in the BR? Okay. Go through navigation. Click on system view. Expand EPM Cloud. Expand FCCS application name. Click on expand console. Expand rules. Here it is the rules are created by default and RTP attribute is existed already created. Click on that. Open it. Here it is the script for this to run the RTP to run this rule. Here we have to give RTP bracket open parenthesis RTP underscore. Here it is the name of the RTP attribute value. And click on and after entering and fix. Click on save. Then after click on validate. After validating RTP attribute will appear in this page in this drop down in this page. Then after deploy, click on actions. Here it is the, how many functions are available to use attributes in VR. Tip: use technical reference. Can you show me at least 2 functions of an attribute in the BR expectation? Choose randomly and any attribute dimension member. We are already chosen randomly. Choose any one random combination of standard dimension. It is a standard dimension also. Click on deploy. Create an output sheet in a SmartVS. Create in BR with attribute functions that we are selected a function only. Execute the BR business rule. Show me the result of the output sheet created. Okay. Click on OK after deploying this. Close this new window. Save it. Go to application. Click on rules card. Here we can see the rules card, what we have created in the RTP and we deployed in business rule. Click on launch symbol. Here it is the what we created attribute. Consolidation. Click on consolidation contribution entity input. Click OK. Take currency as entity currency. Click OK. Take an a scenario. It has an actual. Here it is choose any one random combination of standard dimension. No? Here it is the entity where that is. Here we can select an attribute. Here it is the standard dimensions that we have selected Europe. Remove this. Selected Europe. Click OK. Here it is the standard dimension. Click OK. Select time period. Jan. Click OK. And select years. FY21. 2021. Please select attribute. Here it is automatically selected, but we have to select again. Click on region. Click OK. We have selected attribute. Click on launch. RTP attribute rule was run successfully. If you want to check it whether it is running successfully or not, click on application, go to jobs. Here it is, RTP attribute run successfully. Click on home icon. Go to next slide. Uses of attribute dimension in SmartView. Can you show me how to insert of an attribute in the SmartView? Can you show me a report with the attribute dimension? As I will show through navigation expectation. Choose any two of random combination, standard dimension combination for each of the attribute dimension. Members associated with enter any random numbers in those combination. Show and explain how those input members are reported by each of the attribute dimension member. APAC has an example and also at attribute dimension reason has an example. I will show through now Excel. Open Excel. Open this. Click on Smart View. Click on Panel. Click on Private Connection. And near a drop down, click on Smart View. Login as admin. Enter. Expand it. Expand library. Select data fonts. Click on Simple. Click on Add and it's getting error of click on Options. Suppress the checkbox. Click OK. Then after select form and click on Ad hoc analysis. This is the process. Here it is the options. If you want to add, give the entity that we are selected a euro. Enter. Click on refresh. Click on enter and refresh. Out of list. Oh, wait. I have selected another one. Give this here. Okay. Here it is the change. Click on give the AP what we selected USA for example. Click on refresh. This is the process of SmartView. Have show and explain how those input members are reported by each of the attribute dimension one. I have showed already. APAC has an example. In that place, I have taken Europe and USA, and also at attribute dimension, region has an example. Region is an attribute dimension, and APAC is a standard dimension. In this topic, we have also concluded so as the uses of attribute dimension in the following artifacts: data forms, RTP, runtime prompt, BR, business rule, and SmartView. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaitanya.
Thank you, Srikanth.